Wanted to take the time to go over this video on big board trading really quickly. We're looking at DANG, D-A-N-G. This is a stock we just made a nice day trade on, and I want to talk about what we're looking for now as far as possibly re-entering the stock. So you can see here that we pretty much just went straight up from 1080 to 1140 without any real consolidation, as opposed to this move, which was a nice move up and then consolidate a little bit, another nice move, and then consolidated. And so what we want to see happen now, which might get us back into the stock, we want to see another consolidation occur up here, you know, in the 1110 to 1125 range, somewhere within that range, because right now we just have no support to really gauge. So you notice this high volume that came out right here, as evidenced by this volume bar. So a lot of shares traded in that range up there. So that means it's going to take even more volume to move higher, or this volume is going to need to be hold volume. What I mean by that is the people who bought up here who are now caught, you know, above 1035, we need those people to hold on to their shares in order to move up on lower volume. You can see here at the bottom of the trend we had another large spike in volume, but this was at a bottom of a trend, so it didn't take as much volume to move higher when you look at it. Yet up here, this is at the top of a trend. So, you know, personally, I think what will happen is we're going to see a little drift down here back into this range where this volume came in, you know, on the breakout of $11, because now we need to lure some buyers back into the market. We need to shake some people out. So the thing I want to emphasize here, though, that helps me when I trade is I like to use horizontal lines at points on the stock where there was some price congestion. So I see that here, and I see that up here around 1120 there was some price congestion. So what I'm going to be watching now, I'm going to monitor the volume as we come down to these points, and I might get a possible buy signal if it approaches 1120 and starts to round out. What I mean by rounding out is this is a round out right here. This nice rounded bottom right here. You had it again right here. You know, rounded bottoms are good bottoming indicators. So I want to see this stock, you know, show some type of pattern. Right now, all we had was just a move straight up, which is why I decided to sell. We sold at 1142. You can see the high of the day was 1143. So this has turned out to be a good day trade so far. So we're going to get prepared, move our buy order back down to the first level of 1120, which is what we're watching, and so let's see how things play out here. So right now, on an immediate basis, 1125 is the low in this trend. So immediately, we're watching 1125 to see if this is going to hold. You know, I want to point out that you can always find a support level if you look. You know, 1125 didn't hold. Now we're going down to 1120, our first channel here. 1120 didn't hold, so now, you know, this 1108 to 1112 range we're watching. Doing a nice churn here. You can see it's coming back into a previous channel of price congestion on the intraday chart. So now our low right now is 1115, so immediately we're watching 1115 for potential support. You know, support doesn't have to be a long-term recognition. Now look, we just got some stacking right there, 1116 on the uptick, so it's trying to bottom out right here on an intraday basis on 1115. This could be bottom right here. I want to see 1115s keep holding, get a nice churn action between 1115 and 1120. This is beautiful. We're looking at a bottoming process. We're starting to get some price congestion here. So 1115, that's our clear level right now. So maybe we could enter a trade right here. You buy shares, you know, you can buy them at the market right here at 1118, 1119, 1120. And what I like is, from a day trader's perspective, I can put my stop right at 1115 where support has clearly been established, and now I'm back in the trade. And here we are, right back at 1123, a nice 5-cent move right away. That's easy profits. Now keep in mind, this is a stock that you need to trade with some real liquidity. It doesn't make any sense to buy it in less than 1,000 share blocks, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're just not going to be making much money. Here we're doing a retest here. So support doesn't seem as firm here. I want to see it firm up. Keep holding that 1115 level. It's getting tough. Even so, if 1115 breaks, you know, we've still got some nice intraday support. You know, 1110, 1108. But you can see, even when the stock was up here at the beginning of the video, we mentioned the 11 to 1125 range as a likely range that it would pull back to, based on the fact that there was too much vertical action here. You know, when I say vertical, too much just straight up without any real consolidation. And what I like here is, notice the price action is stopping. So we're just kind of staying in the same range without really moving. So the market needs to make a decision. Either sellers are going to step in and force it lower, or buyers are going to step in and force it higher. There's not any in between right here. It's at what some people refer to as a pivot point of sorts. We're seeing, you know, the volume drop off, which is what you want to see. But also, once it breaks back above 1120, if it breaks back above 1120, you want to see a large increase in volume, confirming the move off the bottom. But you can see here, we're getting some nice support now above that 1115 level. So I think, you know, we've clearly established the bottoming process of what you want to look for intraday. Rounded bottoms, price coming back to levels of previous consolidation channels. I like to use these horizontal lines as a reference. And now maybe what I do is I would take this one and I would move it up here to that 1115 level. And you can see within that channel, we've got some price congestion that's now gone on in that channel. And this is what you'd like to see. An entry, you know, at 1116, 1117, coming off of that support. If you were able to buy a couple thousand shares, we're talking about a profit of over $100 in a matter of minutes. So you do that a couple times a day, it can add up. So it may seem silly to trade for 5 ticks in either direction. If you have the capital to do it, this video shows that it can be a very profitable strategy. So we'll take one more minute now to see if we don't get a nice little bounce here back up. And now what we're looking for on the way back up now is all this volume that traded up here. There's likely some trapped buyers. So if the price is able to increase, you're going to look at resistance around the 1130 level, 1125 to 1130. And we're going to need some pretty strong volume to get above it. Right now, to me, this volume is too weak. It needs higher volume to break out higher. But wanted to take the time to show this video. Price congestion, rounded bottoms, and identifying support levels to trade against.